Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're talking about why new players are quitting Arena Breakout Infinite. If you're just starting out or thinking about getting into the game, this is really important, so stick with me. First off, the game's economy is completely broken right now. For new players, tier 1 through 3 gear is basically useless in normal raids. Even tier 3 ammo barely does anything unless you're in specific modes. That means if you're just playing for fun, without watching tutorials or grinding, you're already at a huge disadvantage. And the prices for armor and ammo? They're insane. T4 armor that used to cost under 100,000 is now over 150,000. A new player might start with 20 or 30 million, and there's just no way to afford that early on. Meanwhile, wealthy players are manipulating the market, sometimes even using bots to keep prices artificially high. For someone new, that's frustrating and makes the game feel impossible. Then there's the influence of streamers. Nothing against them, they're great, but most of them only run top tier gear and the strongest weapons, especially the HK meta gun that sets up a false expectation. New players see them winning every fight and think the only way to compete is to instantly get the same gear. The problem is the current meta is dominated by high fire rate weapons. Guns like the HK outperform almost everything else because of their damage per second and low recoil. For newcomers who just want to experiment or have fun, this is discouraging. They feel like they can't compete unless they spend a lot of money or grind endlessly. Matchmaking is another huge issue. When new players start, they mostly face bots, which is fine at first, but once you reach higher levels, suddenly you're thrown into games against fully coordinated teams of real players. The change in pace is massive, and often you're solo without guaranteed teammates. Facing groups of 4 alone can be overwhelming, and that's a big reason why many new players quit. Progression also feels unrewarding. After completing tasks or seasonal missions, there's often nothing left to do besides PvP. Casual players don't have endless challenges or creative ways to stay engaged. Once the grind ends, it just feels pointless, and that kills motivation quickly. On top of all that, technical issues like desync and low server tick rates make things even worse. Sometimes you peek a corner, get back into cover, and still die because the server didn't register your movement fast enough. For new players, it feels like the game is punishing them for no reason, which adds to the frustration. So when you put it all together, the economy is harsh, the meta is dominated by one gun, matchmaking is unforgiving, progression feels empty, and desync can ruin fights. For casual players, that's a lot to deal with, and many simply quit because the game feels too punishing right from the start. Arena Breakout Infinite is an amazing game once you understand it, but right now it's not very welcoming to newcomers. If the game wants to survive, it needs to fix these problems and make the early experience less punishing. What do you guys think? Have you quit for any of these reasons? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's talk about it. Peace out.
Да клянитесь, ебу. Давай вернемся нахуй.
Это пизда.
Разворот, нормально. Зона погрузки, потом на виллу.
Почему на этой снайперке он очень долго входит в прицел?
Эргономика, брат. Ты если еще и full гир хороший, то это тоже влияет.
Я себе купил. Есть, вон там. Внизу, на лестнице. Со спуска.
У нас умер тип. Я обхожу их нахуй. Хелпа будет?
У него снайпа.
Он соло?
Хуй.
У меня тип внутри.
Я иду к тебе.
Да ебаный в рот, блять, с вашей стороны пришел. К тебе может зайти тип. Behind the house, yellow. Yep, you're right, yep. Он надо меня лутать, а хуй знает. Под тобой прям.
Он убил одного, да?
Он одного убил, еще один есть, блять. Он с вашей стороны пришел. Я думал, что на месте будешь.
А ты где сдох, на улице или вот здесь внутри?
Да, на улице, на улице. Yep, yellow.
Наш топает или кто?
За забором, да, наш.
Наш хай кидает или нет?
Нет. А, нет, right. Он у тебя под домом, как эти бежать со свечки. С поля, понял? Да, там, на миг.
Вот тебе в окно пикнуть?
Не надо, все, забей хуй.
А наш что нам живет?
Лутается. Наш кидает.
Блять, а где он именно вот здесь? Он вот.
Сейчас слева, да, куда смотришь, прям там. Топает чуть правее. Либо в доме под тобой, я не понимаю. Maybe in house. На холме.
Блять, пидорас!